Third party. I was going to do this video yesterday, but everybody seemed to be misunderstanding story. So we're going to do a video about the third party today. And as somebody suggested, major spoiler alert. So if you have not watched this series, I'm going to spoil a lot for you today. You have a third party. Well, y'all know my feelings about third party. You said, my SP's involved with somebody else, and then you called it a third party, and then you gave it this cute little nickname, 3P. Well, again, I think 3P is the bar on Charmed, but, that's just Suzie. What can I say? So we're going to talk about how you make the third party the person who wins. This is Suzie, your beautiful millionaire swan queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful ducklings. Subscribe, smash the like button, share my videos, and I will love you forever. I am a life coach, and I am here to drastically change your life for the better. If you are interested in working with me one-on-one or joining my paid Facebook group, please check out my website below. So a third party, or the 3P, is somebody who has the love of your life that is interfering with you getting back together with them. Well, welcome to the ultimate third party TV series, which is now on Netflix. And I know somebody said, spoiler alert, so I'm going to take your advice. Spoiler alert, this show is the ultimate 3P show. Because you have two people in love with the same person. And obviously, I coached one of them. And he did most of what I said. But, there's a few things that he didn't do that I did that I don't really like. But, I obviously coached one of them. Because I always say the person who wins in a third-party situation is the one I coach. So I would have coached this one. So here we go. Vampire Diaries. Are you Team Stefan or Team Damon? I'm going to tell you straight up, Damon. I'm Team Damon. Totally 100% Team Damon. It starts out with Elena meeting Stefan. Talking to Stefan. She falls for Stefan. And then she sees him in school and she falls for him even more. She starts dating him. Elena doesn't remember that she met Damon first at this point in the show. It's the beginning of the show. So they hold this for later on in the show. Because, see, Stefan is in love with her because she looks like the long-lost love, Catherine, that turned him and Damon into a vampire. She's the doppelganger. Well, Stefan's going about this, and he's in love with her, and he's dating her, and he's doing what he thinks is all the right things. Until Damon shows up. And Elena sees Damon. And then he's like, I don't want you around Damon. I don't want you being friends with Damon. I know you have to go spend the day with Damon, but you can back out if you want to. You don't have to do this. Well, Damon's in love with you. Damon's doing this. Damon's doing that. Damon's not good for you. Stay away from Damon. Damon, on the other hand, is telling her, I love you. And then compelling her to forget. And then he's telling her more stuff about how he feels and the way he wants, this relationship with her. And then he compels her to forget again. He compelled her to forget that he met her first. Because he didn't want anybody to know he was in town yet. And then when she becomes a vampire, all the compulsion goes bye-bye. Bye-bye. And Elena remembers everything. The fact that Damon met her first. The fact that Damon's always telling her that he loves her. He always chooses her. No matter what, he will save her. He doesn't care who has to die as long as Elena lives. Even to the point, Elena's best friend Bonnie, the witch, he saves Bonnie, becomes best friends with Bonnie. And Elena, he tells her, I saved the witch, but if it comes between you and the witch dies. He told her he never, ever strayed. Yes, he would say, Stefan is good for you. He even compelled her to be with Stefan at one point during the series. It didn't matter. Because here's the thing. Rose actually told Jeremy, Stefan is good for her. Stefan will always be good for her. But Damon makes her feel alive and challenges her in ways she doesn't even know. And when somebody makes you feel totally alive, that's the person that you are truly head over heels in love with. And how does all of this come out? Oh, because sweet Rebecca is being naughty and compels Elena to tell Stefan the truth. Everything. To tell her the truth. So Elena has to spill it all. That she no longer loves Stefan, that she's in love with Damon. What do you want your specific person to do? Because I get it all the time in my coachings. Suzie, I want to get back together with the love of my life. But this person is being disrespectful. They're ghosting me. They treat me with, they're not kind to me. They treat me unwell. I get all of these different excuses as to how they treat them bad. Some even say, oh, my person is a narcissist. They're not really a narcissist because what they're doing is a reflection of what you are literally constantly speaking. After all, everybody says my words are casting spells. Well, 99.6% success rate in getting you back together with the love of your life. I think I know what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm not talking a booty call, friends with benefits. I'm not talking you get a text message or have a text relationship. I am talking with fully committed relationships, living with that person, married to that person, enjoying your happily ever after, and keeping it. Because when you are talking about the love of your life, especially to the love of your life, you can't be telling the love of your life, I don't want you around this person. This person's in love with you. He wants to take you away from me. Because when you do that, you are planting seeds in this person's head. And you are telling this person over and over again, Damon loves you, Damon loves you, Damon loves you, Damon loves you. Damon's trying to steal you from me. Well, I keep telling you guys, the brain doesn't understand the word wouldn't, shouldn't, couldn't, can't, no, don't, won't. So Damon won't steal me from you, Stefan, means Damon will steal me from you, Stefan. Think about it. Damon won't steal me, Stefan. I love you. And then Damon steals her. When I manifested my first specific person, it was literally because I was saying, I don't understand why you just won't let us be together. I did not realize at the time because I wasn't into manifesting and the law of attraction. I didn't know who Neville Goddard was for sure, or Joe Dispenza or Wayne Dyer. I didn't even know that there was a woman named Florence. I didn't know any of that stuff. All I knew was that I wanted something and I became focused. No matter what, I'm going to get this. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get this. So in my struggling, when I got divorced, I talked about the fact that I was only making $800 a month. I was living from paycheck to paycheck. I could barely afford to buy groceries. I had to juggle my bills. I was glorifying struggle. But at the same time I was glorifying struggle, I was saying, no matter what, I keep my apartment and everything in it. No matter what, I keep the electric on. No matter what, I keep the apartment. And I kept saying it over and over and over again. Being that I work from home and I am self-employed, I don't have a guaranteed income from a job that pays me because I show up 40 hours a week. So no matter what, I still make base $3,000 a month. I've already cleared that this month. I literally sit there and manifest with a story. And a lot of people I'm coming to see think a story is a meaning. And that is completely different. So you are saying, I want to be happily married to this person, but I see they're happy with somebody else. You're creating their happiness. If y'all believed in everyone is you pushed out and you create absolutely positively everything in your reality, which I proved you haven't because nobody has kept the sun from setting for 96 hours. Y'all didn't stop this ghastly snowstorm. So you don't create everything. You focus on something. And when you focus on something, you create a tunnel. And that tunnel opens up and it allows people to move around so that you get your manifestation. So if you want to be happily married to your Jared or Suzie, guess what? You have to focus on the fact that you are happily married. And anybody who comes to me and says, oh, Suzie, you can't manifest a specific person, they manifested a specific person if they are married or in a relationship. They manifested their best friend. They manifested their job. They manifest coworkers leaving, friends coming to their jobs so that they can spend more time with them. We create in our reality by what we focus on. So if you are Team Stefan, you are focusing on the fact that Elena is going to leave you for Damon. And congratulations, Stefan. She did exactly that. If you are Damon, you are creating Elena leaves Stefan for you, and Stefan's helping to do it. Because Damon would say, yep, my brother pushed his girl to me. How stupid is he? That's what you're doing. Don't talk about the love of your life being happy in a relationship with a third party, because I'm going to tell you from personal experience, because I have manifested 3 different people in my life. All 3 of those served a purpose in my life. Sometimes I stayed in the relationship longer than I should have. Sometimes I got out of the relationship way before I ever thought I should, but it was the best thing in the world for me. We change our minds on a daily basis, sometimes every second of the day. What you cannot do is decide you want something and talk about why it's not working. Because you're telling a story, it's not working. Is that an actual story or is it a meaning? Because if you are meaning I'm happily married, do you see where you guys are getting confused? Are you telling a story? Are you telling a meaning? Is it self-concept? Is it self-love? Is it manifesting? Is it so-and-so's teachings? Is it law of attraction? I mean, let's throw all of that out, because I'm the one coach who doesn't talk about 3D. I don't talk about 5D. I don't talk about everybody is you pushed out. I don't like self-concept and self-love because it confuses everybody to pieces. I have coached a lot of people this week, and pretty much every single one of them have said that they've worked with other people and they were all told it was self-concept. These people all manifested money, had wonderful places to live. They have a good self-concept of themselves, except when it came to a relationship. And that's what happens when you have a third party. You are saying that you are doing something wrong. Now, do you need a self-concept to keep them? I personally don't think so. And I will tell you, the only limiting belief I have is you cannot change a true narcissist. Does it help you to keep a specific person to have a good self-concept? I don't know. I mean, my 400-pound friend, she kept her guys until she got bored with them, and then she dismissed them and got somebody new. Did she have a self-concept, self-love theory? A lot of people would say no, because she was 400 pounds. If somebody has an addiction problem, do they have a self-concept problem or a feeling problem? Because most people who have addictions can't handle their feelings. And because they can't handle their feelings, they use something to numb it. Shopping, drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex. What are you using as a meaning as to why your life isn't working out for you. The third party. Because everything in my world that stops you from getting what you want is a third party. If you are talking about struggling and you want to be financially successful, struggle is the third party. If you are talking about wanting to be with the love of your life, but they're dating somebody else, or they're on a dating site and they're not messaging you, or they are ghosting you, that's your third party. Your words are actually your third party. Damon wasn't Stefan's third party. Stefan was his own third party. Damon, on the other hand, showed you what to do. So if you watch the Vampire Diaries, think about it. Stefan's sending me his girl because he keeps saying that I'm in love with her, and you know what? She's going to leave him for me. So thank you, Stefan, for helping me get the love of my life. When you are creating your life, you have to talk about how it's working. And I can teach you any technique in the world. And again, I manifest in my life with a story. And it doesn't matter if I write a 200-page novel, I condense that novel down to 30 seconds so that I can tell somebody in an elevator the 30-second story. Then from that 30-second story, I create a simple phrase. I am happily married to Jared. That phrase is 100% about me. I am happy. I am happily married. I am happily married to Jared. It's 3 parts. But my story is 200 pages long that has been condensed down to 1 sentence. If I have resistance, because, some days Jared's going to really upset me and I'm going to turn around and say, why am I happily married to you? Can you please answer that question? Because, right now I'm very frustrated and angry with you, and I just don't feel very happily married to you at the moment. So please tell me why, again, I'm happily married to you. That's going to happen in a 50-year relationship. Stop using your words to send somebody away. And again, money is the easiest thing to explain this on. You want to break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. You have to say, after every paycheck, I have $50 left over. After every paycheck, I have $100 left over. Oh my gosh, now I have $150 left over. I have $200 left over. You start talking about how much money you make, how you are consistently making this much money, how you always make more than you spend. Now let's take this to a relationship, because a lot of my clients are really great with money. With your money, you're saying money's easy, money's fun. It comes to me in bucket loads. Oh my gosh, I can go anywhere, do anything I want. I feel like a millionaire. But in a relationship, your actual story is, I'm struggling. Men are disrespectful. Women are bitches. You are saying these little phrases over and over and over again. And when you are saying these phrases over and over again, the meaning you put to them keeps getting deeper. So the deeper the meaning goes, Stefan sent Elena to Damon, and Damon went, score! Why isn't that third party sending your person to you? Because they probably are. Because, like Stefan, that person is going, stop talking about her. Don't compare me to her. Why are you bringing her up again? I'm Suzie. I'm not Elena. Stop comparing me to Elena. If you really want Suzie, there's the door. Go. And how do I know this? Because I've talked to a lot of the people who are involved in third-party relationships. And the person is not truly happy in that relationship, but your story, the meaning you put behind your story, is keeping them there. It is telling them constantly, Well, they're dating this person. They're posting all over social media about this person. They never did that with me. I mean, let's take a taco, because, you know, I used to do Taco Thursday in my Facebook group, and I would do a live on Thursdays, and I would compare everything to making a taco. So I like a soft shell. So you take the soft shell, you put it on a plate. And then you take your refried beans and you put it on your soft shell. Then you take your hamburger meat and you put it on your soft shell with the refried beans. Then I add my cheese because I like my cheese melted. Then I add lettuce, I add tomatoes, I add sour cream, I add guacamole, and anything else that I might want to put on there. Josh, Savannah's husband, put salsa on his tacos. Okay, let's try a little salsa on there. Each one of those things is a layer to your relationship. The soft taco shell is your foundation. Are you putting your foundation on words that you're being disrespected, you're being ghosted? Because then, you know, the water comes underneath and washes that soft taco shell right off your plate. But if your foundation words are, you know, I'm amazing at relationships. Whether they are romantic, friends, family, in all relationships in my life, I am amazing at them. Why am I amazing at relationships? Because people come to me to tell me things. They tell me everything. And when they tell me everything, I can spot their words and I can help drastically change their lives for the better. What else? Well, let's do the refried beans. That's him. The taco meat. That's you. The cheese, it melts you together. So are you doing the taco meat and then the lettuce, the tomatoes, the cheese, the sour cream, and then the refried beans? Because you're not even touching them. You're messing up your order. And that's what happens when you start talking about third parties. In any situation in your life, you don't get along with your boss, third party. You don't get along with your kids, third party. You are fighting over what to watch on TV. Let Netflix choose the show. Because Netflix is just going to go based on your history. Well, you watch this show, you watch that show. What do you want to create? Write it down. Start talking about, I'm great at relationships. I am great at relationships. And then give your reasons why your relationship works. How many people have had a best friend for years? I know people who have had best friends for 30 years. I know my ex-husband's grandmother, her best friend, they were best friends for over 80 years. That relationship worked. She was married for an extremely long time. That relationship worked because they talk about what is good in their life. So if you want to throw out stories, you want to throw out revision, you want to throw out meaning, you want to throw out law of attraction, you want to throw out conscious creating, you want to throw out all the things that are confusing you, I will give you one thing to do. Start saying the good stuff in your life and repeating it constantly. What good is going on in your life? Because when you are focusing on good, more good happens. But when you are focusing on what's causing problems in your life, you get more problems. So dump the law of attraction and everything that goes with it. Neville's teachings, Joe Dispenza's, Florence's, whoever else you're watching, Wayne Dyer, even me. And go on a social media YouTube break for a week. And for the next 7 days, write down everything that's good in your life that happens every single day. You have no distractions from social media. You have no distractions from YouTube. I don't watch the news. So I'm sitting here and I'm reading through Facebook and I'm watching people talk about another coach. Is this true? Should I do this? And there are people who are like, no, 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 you don't need this. Study this person. Go coach with that person. Go coach with this person. Go buy this person's programs, but not the one that the poster's talking about, because that one is considered a fraud. Everybody can be considered a fraud, because if you did not get success by doing something that that person told you, they're a fraud. That's what gypsies were called in the old days. A gypsy would come into town and they would do all these things, and then they would take stuff from people, and people wouldn't get what they wanted because they had the stigma of being a gypsy. Sorry, the phone's doing something really, really weird. So I hope you guys can still see me. Next, when you are doing this, write it down. Not a gratitude list. I got a free cup of coffee today. I got a compliment. Somebody held the door open for me. Those are little things. I got a great parking spot at the grocery store. I got a great parking spot at the mall. Again, little things. But what about the fact that your boss helped you solve a major problem for a customer? What about the fact that you got moved in your office to a better location? Or the manager that you don't like took another job somewhere else? Those things count. You went to the restaurant and the wait staff was really nice to you and they gave you a free dessert. I used to go to a Chinese restaurant all the time, and this guy every once in a while would bring us these cutest little cocktails. They were non-alcoholic cocktails, but he would bring us these cute little cocktails at the end of our meal. He didn't have to, he brought them. It was a thank you for him waiting on us all the time, because we kept going and asking for the specific waiter because he was very good to us. He was attentive to our needs. A waiter who's attentive to your needs. I tip by my drink. If I have to ask for a drink refill, your tip just went down. If I don't get a drink refill and my drink is empty, your tip has gone down even more. I tip accordingly. So start counting the things that are going well in your life, and you will notice a pattern. And the pattern is how you are creating, because you go to a restaurant and you're spoiled. You go to a parking place spot and you're spoiled. You go here and you notice you're spoiled, but then with your specific person, you're disrespected. And you're going to take all this confusion out, and you're going to see how you really truly manifest. And everybody manifests differently. Everybody manifests differently. And most people teach you how to manifest the way that they manifest. I can teach you how to manifest in a multitude of ways, because I study every technique to make sure that when somebody comes to me, I am truly adding value to their life. And that's what I am here to do, is to add value to your life. I have a vast bucket of knowledge, and 1,000 years from now, I'm going to still be talked about because I simplify manifesting for people. I'm teaching people how to create a fun, easy life just by changing words that they use every day. You guys have an absolutely positively amazing day. As always, I love you, and leave me a comment and let me know how I am drastically changing your life for the better.